My apprentice, I have a favor. The form you see before you is merely a projection. My body lies elsewhere, but the Academy's shackles prevent it being moved. My body is on the Weeping Peninsula at the southern tip of the lands between, imprisoned in the ruins just down from the Church of Marika, past the plain of the Wandering Mausoleum. Can you make the journey to my body? I have something that I can only trust with you. Who could have guessed? What a place to find Master Lusat. You have my gratitude. I am truly pleased to have you as an apprentice. And a kindred. This is a mere token of my thanks. This brings us a full step closer. The bodies of Masters Azure and Lusat can be admitted to the Academy. If only I could undo these wretched shackles. My body is imprisoned in... Can you make the... I have something. apprentice. Thank you for coming. These shackles take a toll on us all. There is something I need you to look after. My apprentice, these shackles. There is something I need you. My primal a star has fallen, and my fortunes waver. Someone may come for my life, and so I entrust it with you. Myself. This is my essence. Please, treat it. What you hold is... Treat it what you hold. Treat it what you hold.
Ah, I hardly expected to see the champion of the festival here. You didn't know Selen. Well, whatever the case, she's dead now. Just put it behind you. She was known as the Graven Witch. Obsessed by the primeval current, countless sorcerers fell to her hand. The most dangerous mage in the entire history of Rhea Lucaria's academy. It is strange, though. The woman, she was like a husk. Her soul already fled. I suspect Selen lives on elsewhere. I'm sure she'll turn up eventually, in another body. A sickening thought, but one that won't stop gnawing at me. I suspect Selen lives on. I'm sure she'll turn a sicken. I'm sure she'll a sickening. I suspect Selen. I'm sure she'll a sickening thought.
dialogue, then fast ruins to the northeast. Head to the extra secret chamber on the south side and transfer the ruins to the northeast. Return to Selovis's hidden puppet chamber, beneath the false floor in the ruins to the northeast. Head to the extra secret chamber on the south side and transfer Selen's primal glintstone to her new body. Speak through all of Selen's dialogue, then fast travel to the Raya Lucaria Grand Library. All of Selen's dialogue, then fast travel to the Raya Lucaria Grand Library. Now an important choice needs to be made regarding who to side with, so you'll want to wait for all rewards and consequences for each choice to be explained before making your own. Right outside the Grand Library there are two summoning signs. The gold summoning sign will have you side with Selen. Siding with Selen is the only way to get Sorcerer Azur's and Lusat's armor sets, along with a Glintstone Kriss and Shard Spiral sorcery. You also get Jaren's armor set and the Witch's Glintstone crown. So then, what's the downside? Well, although Selen lives, her ultimate fate may be worse than death. Jaren will of course die, and you'll miss out on the rewards for siding with him. Admittedly, those rewards are pretty meager. Pick the red summoning sign to side with Jaren. The rewards for doing so are a single Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, along with the Witch's Glintstone crown. You can still get Jaren's armor set, but that would require attacking him to death, which goes against the most compelling reason to side with him, at least in my opinion. This is because, from what Jaren says after you side with him, it seems like there may be more to his story or questline added in future updates or expansions to the game. An important note is that this is just speculation. Jaren currently has nothing to do besides a single bit of dialogue and farewell after the fight. And I want to be clear, you will not get Lusat's nor Azur's armor sets if you side with Jaren. You also won't get the Glintstone Kriss nor the Shard Spiral sorcery, and Selen will die. Personally, I'm going to side with Selen because I already sided with Jaren on an alternate character. If I already had the rewards from siding with Selen, I would probably side with Jaren instead. Hopefully that info helps you make a well-informed decision on who to side with. All that's left is to pick the corresponding summoning sign and defeat your opponent. If you accidentally pick the wrong summoning sign, you can let your character die and pick the correct summoning sign after the fact. If you sided with Jaren, go back to where the summoning signs were. Speak with Jaren there to get the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Once you've gone through all of his dialogue, you can mark this questline off as complete, at least for now being the current version of the game, 1.04. If you sided with Selen, you'll find her in place of Renala. Speak through all of her dialogue, then reload the game. Renala should return, and Selen should move to a corner of the room, now in a new, rounder form. You can pick up the Witch's Glintstone crown nearby, and finally, you can return to the respective locations of both Azur and Lusat to collect their Glintstone armor sets. And that's about it for Sorceress Selen's quest. Now let's complete Box Quest, and just remember
My apprentice. Just how long has it been? Thank you. You've helped me fill a new body once again, and it's truly a gem. Young and full of vigor, a snug fit for my primal glintstone. Better still, I've shed those awful shackles. Finally, I can return to the Academy to expel the Karian royal family and restore the primeval current. My dear apprentice. Finally, I can expel my apprentice. As thanks. You wish to resume, have I not been... of my death, you have my gratitude for freeing me from my shackles. And I'm afraid your work is done. Join the school to reflect on your mistakes. Ah, my apprentice, you've saved my skin once again. Do you see this? The Queen of Caria is no more. With the bodies of Masters Azure and Lusat returned, the Academy can hone the primeval current, so that we, fallen children of the stars, shall beam with brilliance. My apprentice, will you stay with us? Here. Oh, you have your own calling, but do think of me, of your teacher. On the eve of your crown, you will always be my darling pupil. Rest assured that no, the entire Academy will swear allegiance to the new monarch, my apprentice. Perhaps here is a symbol of my allegiance, and the Academy's. Do you recall what once I told you? That glintstone is the amber of the cosmos, and sorcery is the study of the stars and the light. When you become Elden Lord, please lay bare the secrets of life which course the next time. I will be your... Oh, one last... If you fail to claim your throne, you can always pay me a visit. Oh, don't fret. Even my dullest pupils will always have a place here. What is it, my...
Now in a new, rounder form. You can pick up the Witch's Glintstone Crown near quest. Now let's complete Bach's quest, and just remember, do not give Bach a larval tear. Travel to Roundtable Hold and purchase Radahn's lion armor from Finger Reader Enya for 12,000 runes. Next, go to the East Capital Ramparts in Lanedale and speak with Bach. Pick the I'm sorry option, then the give the gold sewing needle option. Afterwards, 3 new dialogue options will show up. Wait till you hear the explanation before picking any. Start off with the I have a favor to ask option and agree with Bach's request, allowing him to call you Lord. This will unlock the My Lord gesture. Next, go with the Surely She'd Be Happy for You option to learn about Bach's misgivings. The Have You Ever Thought It So option is the dangerous one. This line of discussion leads to the option of giving Bach a larval tear if you have one in your inventory, and we want to avoid that. It will end his quest in a very tragic way. Instead, go to your inventory and use the Your Beautiful Prattling Pate. Speak with Bach again and pick the new I Heard a Voice dialogue option, then respond with "That's right" to Bach's question. This will lead to the best outcome and ending to Bach's questline. Since we have time, let's go ahead and complete the rest of Ronnie's questline.
My... Oh, when... I...
Bach the seamster, are you ready to make adjustments to... Is that a gift from... Thank you kindly. But, wow, amazing! With a spectacular royal crest to boot. Are you certain that this... I can hardly have faith in me. I'll polish my craft enough that I deserve. I'll be the golden... Now I'll be able to sew anything. Master, would you mind if I heard that you and the other tarnished seek the throne of... Well, and you'd make just the manner of kind-hearted lord that I'd... So please, allow me to call you... No, and why would you? Forgive me for overstepping my bounds. You don't, my lord. Please become, and please let I, Bach the sea. Do you think that Mum would be pleased if she... that I'm as good as any royal seamster now? Oh, it's still not. I need to learn how to sew from scratch, like... My lord, have you ever wished you might be born again? Well, they say that Renala has the power to help people be... Oh. Me? Reborn? Oh, look at me. When you're this ugly, well, being reborn, it would hardly make a difference, I'm afraid. Going already? Please.
You're beautiful.
Bach the seamster, ready to make... Did I just hear my mum speaking? Thank you very... Mum was always the only one who said I was beautiful. And now, my dear lord, let me hear her voice. Oh, do you feel the same way you think I'm beautiful? My lord, my dear, I, Bach the seamster, am forever in... May the throne of Elden Lord be. Going on, please.
Although it can be completed at any time, Ronnie's quest will give us access to one of the best spirit summons in the game, along with the ghost gloveworts required to upgrade it. This will set us up for success throughout the rest of the game. Returning to Ronnie's Rise, you'll find a new site of grace in Ronnie's chamber. The seal at Renna's Rise to the northeast should also be open now. Go there and climb up the first ladder. Turn around to find a chest containing Ronnie's Snow Witch armor set. Continue up and take the transporter to an entirely new area, Ainsel River. Upon arrival, you'll find a miniature Ronnie doll near a coffin. Pick it up and then sit down at the Ainsel River main site of grace. Select the Talk to Miniature Ronnie option 3 times in a row. On the 3rd attempt, she will actually respond and task you with defeating the Baleful Shadows in Ainsel River. Before doing anything else, let's get the map fragment for Ainsel River. Start by heading south beneath the malformed star enemy. You can pick up some ghost gloveworts leveled 6 and 7 along the way. Trek down the burrow and go southwest at the fork, over the mound of bloody bones, and past a flat-headed giant ant. This path will open up into a cavern that we'll need to get to the bottom of. Along the way, there is a chest you can open containing the wing of a stealth weapon. Afterwards, make your way to the bottom of the ruins and use whatever tools are at your disposal to eliminate the malformed star enemy. Make your way down a little further and you'll find the map for Ainsel River near a hermit merchant. If you want, head a little further south to discover the Ainsel River downstream site of Grace, then return to Ainsel River main. Head southwest through Ool Palace ruins to reach the Noxtella Eternal City site of Grace. You can speak with Miniature Ronnie again at this location for more dialogue. Before continuing, we'll head up into the Citadel for some legendary items. At the top of the first staircase, find the room to the left of the issue. The Night Maiden and Sorceress puppets are locked behind a fog wall that requires a stone sword key to open. It's down the hall and to the left after passing the initial herd of silver tears. After crossing the first large bridge, there is a large room containing a chest with a great glovewort to the right. You'll get trapped inside with a giant metal sphere enemy that will need to be defeated before you are able to leave. In the next building, there is a chest containing a Finally, crossing over the last bridge will bring you to the room with a legendary talisman. 2 silver tears and a Night Maiden, but afterwards you can open up the chest to get the Moon of Noxtella, which increases memory slots for spells by 2. There's a side door that leads to a lift. The lift will bring you to a lower level where you can grab a golden seed. I recommend traveling back to the previous site of Grace and heading west through the river. It's a bit dangerous, but there are ghost gloveworts along the way, leveled 7 and 8. That will take you down as a ghost glovewort. However, you may want to hold off on those upgrades until getting the Black Knife Tish Ashes near the end of Ronnie's quest. Then, at the basin site of Grace, speak with Miniature Ronnie until she starts her end of Ronnie's quest. To hold off on those upgrades until getting the Black Knife Tish Ashes near the end of Ronnie's quest. At the basin site of Grace, speak with Miniature Ronnie until she starts repeating herself, then move on through the tunnel to the south. In the next chamber, you'll face the Baleful Shadow, which resembles Blythe. For melee builds, I recommend the chamber you'll face the Baleful Shadow, which resembles Blythe. For melee builds, I recommend the Stamp Upward Cut skill as a sort of cheese strategy. After defeating the Baleful Shadow, Ranni will bid you farewell and give you the discarded Palace Key. Take the lift down to the south and discover the Lake of Rot shoreside Site of Grace. After doing so, travel to the Raya Lucaria Grand Library and use the discarded Palace Key, opening the chest therein to get the Dark Moon Ring. We'll need this later on. Now we'll need to tackle what is probably the most annoying part in this entire questline, the Lake of Rot. To make it a whole lot more manageable, you'll want the Flame Cleanse Me incantation, which we got at the start of part 3 in this series. I already stepped on the pressure plates along the way, but doing so causes platforms to rise up out of the lake, making the journey across safer. You can fully explore the lake to acquire some unique weapons and gear, but for Ranni's quest you'll just need to make your way over to the Grand Cloister Site of Grace. From there, platform your way down to the Channel of Rot below, then head towards its terminus. A coffin that you can use, Naturalborn of the Void. It's a fairly difficult boss battle, but I am almost positive that people will be sharing various cheese tactics in the comments section. Personally, I used the Godslayer's Greatsword +9 and it was fairly effective. Defeating this boss will reward you with the Remembrance of the Naturalborn or Chamber. Ring the Seal of Southwest Liurnia, Cathedral of Manus Celis. Glintstone Dragon. First, travel north in Southwest Liurnia that is unreachable through any other means. First, travel northeast towards the Cathedral of Manus Celis. Glintstone Dragon Adula will appear and attack as you approach the cathedral. You can defeat this boss now if you'd like, but it isn't necessary for completing Ranni's quest. Doing so will get you the Adula's Moonblade sorcery though, which is pretty great. Once at the Cathedral Site of Grace, make your way down the tunnel to the south. I really want to avoid spoiling this scene, so I will just say that you'll find Ranni and speak to her to unlock the Age of the Stars ending to the game. You won't be stuck with that ending, it will just be an option that you can choose. After speaking to Ranni, you can pick up the Dark Moon Greatsword, which is one of the legendary armaments. Before leaving Moonlight Altar, let's get the other two legendary items. First is the Black Knife Tish Spirit Ashes. You'll need to defeat Black Knife Electo over at the Ringleader's Everjail to the northeast. This boss is very tough and cheese tactics are welcomed in the comments. Personally, I defeated Electo after a great start with the Godslayer's Greatsword, but it was still a pretty close call. Again, this boss drops the legendary Black Knife Tish Ashes when defeated, and it's one of the best summons.
dogged fellow, aren't we? Or is it merely thy habit to talk to dolls? Fine. Fine. I hadn't expected any soul to recognize me in this guise. But now the cat is out the bag. I cannot allow thee thy freedoms. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful shadows which prowl these lands. The name of Rani the Witch is already sullied by thee. I will not brook disobedience in this matter. Perform for me a service as recompense. Eliminate the baleful shadows which prowl these lands. The name of Rani the Witch is already sullied by thee. I will not. Eliminate the name of Rani. I will not. O Shadow, thou art the last. Tell the two fingers that Rani the Witch cometh to rend thy flesh with a fateful wound, ne'er to heal. Was more of a challenge than I envisioned. Now I can finally stand before them. This is farewell, my dear. Tell Blythe and Iji I love them.